Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, guys. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We'll get started shortly. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, guys. Welcome. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, guys. Welcome.
I can't hear you. Can you got by what? You can put one match. There's one match here.
All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome, everyone. All right. I'm going to share my screen here. All right. Okay, so you guys should see my screen. Should say Monster Futures Tracker. All right. So, hey, Dean, welcome, Dean. Hey, Betty, welcome, Betty. Hey, Solomon,
Betty.
welcome. Hello. Hey, Mary. Hey, Lorenzo, welcome. All right, guys, let's go and get started. All right. Few developments this week. Let's see here. Hey, Joe, welcome, Joe. All right.
Thank you, David. How you doing?
Welcome, welcome, bud. All right, so you guys should see here, Monster Futures Tracker. All right. We've had some selling this week in the equity markets. Hasn't changed anything yet. All right. So we're hoping that we get some buy-in for the rest of the week, right? Hopefully tomorrow and Friday buyers will come in. I want to show you guys what we're looking at though, all right? And as you guys know, on Wednesdays, we do a trader's mindset, right? So trading in the zone, trend following, all right? Trend following, so we want to follow those trends. Hey, Sedona, welcome. All right, and trading systems, right? So we want to use our trading systems to capture those trends, and we want to have that trader's mindset. So as we go through these markets, right? I just want you guys to focus on those three things, all right? You guys can stop me anytime. So as we go through this, you can stop me, ask any questions, all right? So the first thing we're going to look at the Dow, all right? At the Dow. Now, you guys know we were looking to test and break resistance. Well, that hasn't happened yet, all right? We're still holding firm on the longer time frame, the monthly, the big macro. All right, so that's still intact. But on the daily time frame, we're getting a bit of a pullback. All right, so let's go through that. All right, 1 second here. All right. Okay, so here, and guys, we have to go through this every week, right? Because things change so fast, right, in these markets, right? Just when we think, things are trending, things are moving right, and you'll notice that with your own trading, right? So we have to stay on top of this stuff. All right, so resistance is here. Resistance, this is the Dow, right? Resistance is here. All right, resistance is here. So this is where sellers came in before to push the price down right here. Same here to push the price down. They did it again here. And here they are rejecting, they're rejecting that resistance. All right. So they haven't started to really sell off yet, but they're, we need buyers to come in, right? So we need buyers to come in, right? At least we need to be at least flat or up tomorrow so we can hold this upward trend line.
Hi, David.
Yes, Dean.
Quick question. So based on that, the lines that you created, the horizontal and then the trend line, is the support based on that white line, the 33.34, is that the support that it necessarily needs to break?
So right here,
no, one up, go up more.
One up.
The white line. Over to the right, where the line meets. The line meet. Yeah, right there. Yeah, is that the resistance right there?
Well, okay. So we don't have a buy signal. Just keep that in mind, right? So we don't have a buy signal, right? But price has moved higher. So this would be short-term support right here.
Short-term support. Okay.
Yeah, support. So remember, resistance becomes support.
Yes.
All right, or near-term support. And then we've got more support right here. All right. But the bigger picture here is that they're rejecting. All right, they're rejecting that resistance right here.
Yeah.
All right. So that's clear to see, right? You guys see that, right? So they're rejecting. All right. So they're rejecting, and we were hoping that right here, right, we would break out, but that hasn't happened yet. Okay. So we got a white candle here. All right. And then what's important, we have a trend line here. All right. So if it breaks that trend line, that's not good. If it breaks that trend line, right, breaks that trend line, get a red candle, breaks this support down in here. That can happen with one candle, right? We could see selling come back into the market. Okay. All right. So that's the concern. What sometimes will happen, right? We could get buyers come in. Hold on, let me get it. Hold on here. All right. So we could get buyers to come in, and the market is up right now, right? The futures are up. Guys, help me with the hold on. All right. All right. We could get green candles here, green candles, right? all we want the market to do is hold, right? Hold. We need the selling to stop, hold, get some green candles in the air. So we need up days, all right, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and then hold. And hopefully, what we like it to build again, and now retest. All right, we needed to retest resistance here. All right, it's up right now. All right, it's up right now. So we'll see what happens. But we had a down day yesterday, a big down day, right? For about, I think, 400 points, 400 points, and another big down day today for about 400 points. So we need still in good shape, all right? But we just need buyers to come in and hold the price and then retest resistance, okay? Not a major concern yet. But it is a bit of a concern, okay? So that's the Dow, all right? And as you guys know, when we look at these markets, we look at the indexes first. We have to do that, right? All right, because we know the majority of your stocks will follow these indexes. So the Dow right here. And now let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Similar to on the NASDAQ, but it's a different price pattern here. All right, so follow me here. And all right, so we've got a high here. We've got highs, and we've got lower highs, and we are hoping to break out of these this triangle here. All right, so we got a high here. We got a high here, right? And this is a nice downward trend line. We got a high here, right here. We got a high here. And here we are currently. And we are rejecting, right? It's rejecting that trend line here. That's not good, all right? Because we could get sellers to come in. What we want the price to do is hold, right? Hold that trend line and then just break out. We need, and many cases we'll get big candles when this will break out. If you guys look here, we got support here, support here, support here. All right, it has to break out. All right, it has to break out. It has to, when it's testing that near that high of that trend line, that usually is a good sign that it's going to break out. When it's testing support down here, good sign that it could break down to the break support and go lower. All right, so David, yes, go ahead then.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no.
So the closer it gets, so that wedge, if you will, I guess that's the only way I can refer to that wedge.
Yeah, it's a
closer,
wedge.
Right. So if I mean, is it greater, more volatility or more action? The price would move like say if it goes down, let's say it goes down to that support, right? Let's say if it goes down to the support and bounces back up and it gets closer to that wedge, will it potentially affect or impact whether it goes higher at a faster rate or lower as a faster rate? Because right now it's going in a downtrend, right? So would it necessarily consolidate when it gets closer to that endpoint, right around there?
Yeah,
would we expect to see a consolidation?
Yeah, that's a good point. Hey, KW, yes. So so a lot of times what will happen is just price is slowing down is what it's happening, right? So we have support here. So it's not really in the markdown phase. If you really look at it, right, because it's holding support here, so it's kind of stuck, right? If we draw a resistance line here, it's kind of stuck within here, okay? But yeah, to your point, then what could happen, and this happens a lot, is that it continues, price is slowing, right? So you could see where there's something like this, right? So you got lower, right? You got a lower range happening, right? A tighter range, a wedge, right? And what happens when this happens is that it's like a balloon, right? You squeeze a balloon, you continue to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, right? It has to it has to pop, right? It has to pop, and price has to go either break out, it has to break out, right? Up, right? Or short here. Those are great opportunities. Those are great opportunities, and we have to watch out for that when that happens, right? So yes, price is being squeezed, being squeezed, being squeezed until can't be squeezed anymore, right? And now yeah. So it has to pop, right? So yeah, that it's consolidating tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. Okay. Yeah, but we don't know which direction. Now, the good thing is we've got pretty good support. And the buyers, we've got green candles. So far the buyer, they're holding it, right? They're holding the price. And the other thing we have in our favor is that if we look at the daily time frame, all right, we are in a really good markup phase. All right. So we have to take the big macro into consideration, right? The direction of the overall trend. So if the overall trend, so this is trend following, right? So we want to focus on the trend, right? So here is the overall trend on the monthly time frame, and this goes way back, right? So so the potential is that we can get a breakout to the upside, because look here, for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 months, right? Price has been moving higher. All right, green candles. Okay. If it was the reverse, if it was the reverse, right? Then we would be looking for the price to break to the downside, break short. Okay. Now it can still happen. It can still happen, but yeah, and things are shaping up. I mean, we got green candles on the like I said, on the Dow, right? The Dow is right here. We have a nice upward trend line. So we got higher, right? Higher highs, right? Higher lows, and we're still testing. So still looks good for a breakout, but sellers are being their sellers are being tough, stubborn right now, right? They don't want to give up, right?
Yeah. But I see the pattern where you described in one of the classes last week where, whether you want to take 10 wins or 9 wins or 10 wins and 1 loss or 10 losses and 1 big win, I can see where, okay, I can see the buy, sell. And it's getting closer to that. Don't give up, because it's kind of like eventually it's going to pop. It looks like it's ready to pop.
Yeah.
But it's a patience. It's being patient, I guess, right?
Yeah, being patient, knowing what to look for, right? And what you mentioned, that the wedge, right? We have to, these wedges are traders hate this, to do this kind of work, because you're not doing anything. There's nothing really that's going on, right? But what we have to understand is that the market has to rest, right? So it has to take a break, has to rest, all right, for the next move, right? And the majority of the time we are waiting, for that. So, but that's when those opportunities, the markets break out, right? So here, right here, right here, right here, right here, it might do something like this, all right, get squeezed, and then it has to go somewhere. Just think of it, right? It can't, price just can't stay in this area here forever, right? So it has to break out, right? It has to break out, either break out here, and you guys will notice when it happens, you'll see big candles, you'll see real big buyers come in, or sellers, right, come in and move the price in either direction. And then the market will get out of this consolidation, right? This wedge, right? This triangle here, and then start a new move in either direction. Okay. And then same thing here. All right. Same thing here. Same thing here. Same thing here. Once you guys start to look at this and you train your eyes to see, right now, price is not, markets isn't just random, right? We can make sense of what's happening. And we talked about this last night, right? We can just wait patiently for the moves. All right. So, but we don't want this right here. We don't want this to increase, right? We need the futures to be up. We don't need to be down and close, right? Very, very low tomorrow. If we can just hold, right? Market can just hold, or even, be up for the day. Tomorrow and Thursday will be important. If selling continues, all this we could get a red candle like we did here, red candle like we did here. We do not need any red candles. Red candle like we did here, red candle like here, and all of a sudden we're down here testing, and now this is what's happening here. All right, so yeah, you guys see that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, one red candle. This is important. Like one red candle. All right, so another big down day, or two big down days, and all of a sudden we've got sellers coming in strongly, right? Traders are watching these levels. They're watching these. So if we break this right here, if you notice, they're all doing something similar. All right. So all of a sudden and we do not have buy signals. Keep in mind, we do not have buy signals on the equity markets. All right. So we do not have buy signals. So, all right.
David, I have another question.
Uh-huh. Go ahead, Dean.
So, and I know your mantra is anti-news. Don't follow the news. Don't listen to the news and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
But if when let's say we're not looking at the individual news like Tesla and just individual news on specific stocks, but
Okay.
we're listening to the overall there's this week's earnings weeks for I think it's Netflix, and next week is Tesla. But those are big market movers. So, I mean, is it prudent to listen to those market mover like earnings, earnings weeks and things like that, and then focus and look? I mean, focus on, okay, well, I know earnings week is this week and next week for many major companies. I would expect that in the sectors, looking at the sectors tracker, to see some kind of acceleration or aggregation of certain stocks, and then using your system to confirm that.
Yes, if we look here in Stock Boss, we do fundamentals, right? So we have fundamentals here in our heat seeker, right? We have some fundamentals built in, right? Can you do that? Yes. But I would try to, right? I would try to go to your charts first. All right. What happens is if we go to the news first and then try to confirm, right, that with the price, that might interfere with your trading. So if your price is setting up, right, if your price is setting up here to go long, right, you might go to the news to see what's confirming that, but not the other way around. Now you can try to do it if it works. The bottom line is this: are you getting the results? Is it giving you the results, right? Is it removing the emotions, right? Is it interfering with your trading? Now, what I've seen in the past is that it does. It does. Okay, but everyone is different, right? Everyone is different, but the majority of traders, when they follow the news, right, then the price action isn't as as important. The news becomes important, or the data becomes more important.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because basically by the time the news comes out, it's already happened. It's
Yeah.
already baked in, right?
Yes. Yeah. So it's not the news in and of itself, right? The data that comes in, right? That feeds in. It's not that. It's the way we, we treat that information and the importance that we put on it. All right. Your technical analysis, right? Your trading systems, the trends, right? The price action, that's number one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that comes first. And yeah, absolutely. If there's data that's coming out, news out there, we use it with Sniper Trader, right? With our Sniper, it's very news driven. All right. But we follow it's a little different. But that doesn't mean you can't use the news. We just need to make sure we use it properly. And it's not we're not leading with the news. All right. We're not leading with the news. Right. Yeah.
Wisdom. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing when you can incorporate it. Hey, Zaire, welcome. Welcome. All right. Hey, Gerald, welcome. So it's, yeah, hello. It's a powerful thing, but it's difficult to do. It's powerful if you're good at your technical analysis using trading systems like we do here, and then incorporate on the back end, some data. It's hard to do, but it's powerful. It's powerful. So I'm not totally against it, right? I'm not totally against the news. I know for new traders, this is where you want to learn. This is where you want to build your skills, right? This is what will make you a consistent trader, all right? A better trader. Think of the news as the dessert, right? This is your entree here, right? All right. So it's not that I'm totally against the news, right? And like I said, we use news in Sniper. We do something differently, right? Even with the systems, we've got some data we need. There are reasons why these price actions, that the reason why they move the way they do, right? And so we do have our algorithms, our scanners that we have data behind everything to drive everything. Okay. But when we do our trading, when we do like we're doing here, analyzing everything, we analyze price. So so if you're good at it, if news, you like it, that's okay. Just make sure that we're not leading with it, and then figure out everyone is different. We have different skills. If we're really good at getting that data, it's a lot of data. You can get lost in that, but right, we can help you, perhaps give you a bit more confidence in your trading if you can incorporate, if you can, but not everyone can do that. All right. Good question. Okay. So you guys see what's happening here, right? So bottom line is we need these markets to hold, right? We need the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ, and especially the Dow right here, right? So what would be awesome, right? Best case scenario is that we get markets to hold tomorrow and start testing this resistance again. Worst case, we get a red candle here, and all of a sudden, market's doing this. So we are at a critical point, not a major point, but it is important that we hold. Okay, we hold. Oh, okay, we hold. So I'll be up and I'll be watching this tonight, right? All right. All right. Let's move on. Any other questions on here? Any other questions on this? Okay. The good news is the sectors are holding. All right. So the sectors are holding. All right. So sectors are holding here. We actually have more sectors that are moving up. All right. All right. Only 5 that are down. And then this is the concern here. VIX is moving up. Remember, VIX was at 18, right? And now it's at 20 again. All right. That's not good. All right. White candle here on the Dow, the S&P, still green here on the NASDAQ. But remember, we haven't gotten any buy signals. We still don't have buy signals. All right. Still look at your, those of you who trade Stock Boss, Bullmaster, still look through Heat Seeker, still look for opportunities. All right. But again, don't get heavy. Right. Don't go heavy. Energy, precious metals still looks good. All right. There's still opportunities to, you can still just be careful, right? Just be careful. Biotech is holding, right? Biotech, we talked about biotech. All right. A bit of a pullback still has a buy signal. Okay. Just one, if we can get a date tomorrow, Friday, buyers come in, all of a sudden we're back in business. Okay. All right. Bill isn't here. I know Bill took this trade. We had a great trade going, a great short, right, in Monster US 30. All right. So that selling that came in, all right. In the equity markets, really nice short, really nice short. Did anyone get on this short? Then you probably missed it. You're still working, still setting everything up for you.
Yeah, so since you installed it on my system, I'm having to go through my bank. They have so many restrictions on the credit union. So I'm still trying to set the transfers up and everything like that. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. Solomon, I know you're not ready yet to trade this.
Yes,
but I know,
sir.
yeah. You didn't get in, right?
Nah.
No. Okay. Great trade. I know Bill, Bill spoke to me and he caught this short right here. Great short. Just a great short. All right. I don't think he caught all of it. I think he got out. He got out on the, but look at here. Look at this. And just an amazing move. And this is our this is the futures market, Monster US 30, and this is by far the most volatile, right? You can lose some money here, but you can also, when you catch it, you can do really well. All right. The NASDAQ, the NAS 100, nice short here going. All right, nice short. And then the SP 500 for the S&P, nice short here on the break of support, and it's right down here. These systems are going to do really well. They're going to do really well, right? Especially when we get movement in the equity markets. Okay. Bitcoin is holding this on the 240 right here. All right. So all green candles, nothing to worry about. Some volatility came in here today, but nothing to worry about on the 240. On the daily. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. One of the things that I struggle with is the gap up,
Okay.
those gaps.
Okay.
And you did explain it that it's between the close and the open.
Okay.
But what's really happening with that gap? And then I've heard different professionals talk about filling the gap later on down the road. It hasn't happened yet, but they're talking about, well, that gap is there, but now it's being filled. I mean, what does that all mean?
Well, the gap usually happens when you've got after hours trading, right? Right. So, buyers will come in this case, right? This was the close. Hold on. So this was the close here, right? The close right here on Friday. All right. And then over the weekend, buyers came in, aftermarket orders came. All right.
Okay.
Right. So more orders, just think of when it gaps up, more buyers came in after the market closed, right?
Okay.
More orders came in, right, to push the price higher. The reverse happens on the gap down. More sellers come, sell orders will come in, right? So you will get a gap down. All right. That feel of the gap will happen a lot. All right. If the feel of the gap means the price will come back down and fill that gap here.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Feel that gap. All right.
Yes. Got it.
And sometimes when it feels that, that's a concern. If it fills the gap, right? And traders will look for the price to come and fill that gap. And that's not, it doesn't mean that it's not, it's bad. What we like to see is that if that gap isn't filled, that's good, because what that means is that buyers are holding it, right? They're holding, right? And they're not letting that, that's basically like your support here, and and then it just moves higher. Okay, so we have to watch out for price filling that gap, because just think of that gap. When it gaps up, that's not solid, right? That whole area here, right? It's not solid. So so when it comes in, fills that gap, right? Fills that price gap, then now you connecting your price, basically your price action. Okay, but it can be a negative. It can be a negative. Usually, what happens once they fill that gap, you just know that in order to fill that gap, price has to come down.
Got it.
Okay, and then it's the other way around. So that's always the concern.
David, let me tell you something. I've been YouTube, trying to understand that. You explained it in less than 5 minutes, and it made sense.
Well,
this is
yeah. Well, it should make sense, right? If it's difficult to understand, then it's hard to it's really hard to trade, right?
Got it.
And this is a if we look here, one second here. If we look here, no, I'm not saying that Bitcoin is going to go lower, but if you look here, right, here is where we had some resistance. Some right sellers came in here, right, and here we are again. All right, so this could be a concern, right, and it's filling that gap, right, and it's coming down. So even if, though, I mean, let's say for instance, we get, it comes down. Now this on the 240, right? This on the 240. We gave the entry on the daily time frame, okay? Which was about right about here. If we're looking at the 240, I think it's 300 or so. So right here, right?
Yes, that's correct. On the daily.
On the daily, that's still a decent trade, right? And I know of a couple of traders that got in here, which is early. We would not have called the buy here. All right, but it's holding. It's holding. Just because sellers are sitting here doesn't mean that the price can't hold and then break up. Okay. All right. So, but yeah, that's how that works with the gap. right? So it looks like it's trying to fill that gap there. Okay. All right. Now, let's talk about our favorite system, our favorite market, Forex. Who's in Forex? Who's trading Forex? Who's in anyone in pairs, any Forex pairs?
I am.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Now, anyone got into pound Aussie?
Yes, I'm in that
Good
since
job.
this morning. I
Good
think it
job.
came in early this morning.
Yep. Yep. Um, anyone else? Anyone else trading pound Aussie? We send out some messages earlier. All right, on this trade. All right.
I need to look more into that one.
Okay. So Lorenzo. Okay. All right. So I want to go through what's happening here. All right. We've got some good trades. And I think it was, I don't know who was it. But I've been getting messages from traders. Hey, David, right? Do we get any of those really nice markdown phases in Forex, right? Because we seem to get some really nice markdown phases in stocks, right? Markdown phases like here, right? Do we get those in Forex? Because we haven't seen that in Forex, right? And I have to explain, well, the markdown, we haven't had a lot of nice selling in Forex, right? It's been choppy, consolidating. But we've had, we went through examples, and I said, hey, listen, here's an opportunity. Here's one right now, the nice markdown phase, right? But it has to, they have to sell. They have to have some selling. That's what causes the really nice markdown phase. So I think this right here, this trade is a great example on a forward time frame where we could get really nice markdown phase. This is a really nice markdown phase, right? Really nice markdown phase, nice accumulation, right? Break of resistance, nice big candle. So big buyers are coming in, right? Buy signal right here, right? Right here. And here we are moving higher. All right. So can we get nice markdown phases, right? Nice accumulation, nice buy signal, and not a lot of this crap right here? Yeah. Right. But it depends on what what it's doing. Okay. So good opportunities here. We have some opportunities in I think I sent it out. Was it the New Zealand pair? Was it New Zealand?
Yeah, can I ask you a question on the New Zealand pairs?
Yes.
I've been in Aussie, New Zealand for just around. It's been a while, a few days.
Okay.
And
Aussie, New Zealand.
Aussie, New Zealand.
Okay.
So, what happened? Yes. So I was in back in like the bottom, that second, no, not there, but the lower buy signal. It was
Okay.
like January 1st or something like that, or the 3rd. I got in there because my birthday was on the 3rd. So
Okay.
I got in there, and I held. And even though that white candle, I mean, it went up to that white candle, I was a sell signal. I was
Right
on
here.
vacation. I was on a cruise back then. So I
Okay.
didn't catch that sell.
Okay.
Yeah. I got back home and it went back into a buy signal when you go up further. Yeah. So it went back to the buy signal. I was so happy.
You still
And
in
then
this? You still in
no,
this?
no, no. I
Oh, okay.
didn't go in. No, now when it went to the sell signal, I was like, oh man, God is with me, man. I sold at that
Okay.
sold signal. But look
Okay.
at that. Now, but look, what is that red? Because I was expecting a green candle on the buy, but now it's a long red buy. That confused me.
Well, yeah, it's not a buy, right? Well, it's a buy. So if you so it moved up, right? It moved up,
Yeah.
right? So news must have came out, right? Some data came out,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And
see the wick.
yeah,
Yeah.
so perhaps some interest rates or whatever, because the
Gotcha.
market,
Gotcha.
yeah, their market is just opened up, right? The Asian
Okay. Okay.
market. Okay, so that's what that is there. That's a lot of volatility there. That's a
Yeah.
lot of volatility. But if if that candle will probably close, that's just a crazy trading area. Yeah, just
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just crazy trading. Okay, so it was out of the trade. It was out of
Right.
the trade. So
I got out of that white signal. Yeah,
yeah,
the white candle.
yeah. So I wouldn't worry. So you're out. So don't worry
Okay.
about
Okay.
it. Any other trades? Let's see here.
So David, I've had the British pound and the ZAR, ZAR.
Pounds are?
Yeah.
No, this
No,
one?
no, 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 British pound. The pound and the South African, the South African rand.
This one. This one.
Yes.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say, okay, okay. Where was your entry? At the buy?
My entry was around the last buy signal we had.
The last buy, risk right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's been doing a song and dance, as you can see.
It's been doing what?
A song and dance.
It's a beautiful trade. It's going up.
Song and dance on the plus side.
Yeah.
But there've been moments where, when you almost think, okay, but then it persists and remains green and then it jumps back up. So it's been up and down.
Yeah, it's hard to be patient, isn't it, with trading? It's hard. And that's why we're going to take a look at Forex Dominator. And I'm going to show you guys some trades that's setting up. You have to even be more patient because that's on the daily time frame. This on the 240, right? And that's a nice trade, but I know holding on, waiting, right? Keep in mind, especially when you start small, right? Start new, you're trading, you're a new trader getting into this. You don't put a lot of capital, right? Once you get this and you start trading well, right? And you put enough capital to work, then this isn't as boring, right? As a matter of fact, the longer we can stay in the trade, the better. Right? The longer, this is trend following, right? So if we follow that trend, so Mary, if it takes you, let's say for instance, you got in here on the buy signal here at January the 16th, and it's the what? Is that the 16th? January the 16th.
No, I don't actually, no, I don't think, I think I got in much earlier because there was a point at which I think it was the previous buy signal. It's not that one.
This one here?
Yeah, because I've had this for a while.
Well, did you get out here and then get back in?
No.
What do you mean?
One of those, it just caught me unawares and then it picked up again.
So you got in here
around
the 8th and you didn't get out here?
No, I didn't get out.
Oh. All right. All right. Well, you in it. You in it. Close those trades. When we get those signals, close those trades because this is what can happen. You got lucky, right? You got lucky, but this is what could happen, right? So, this is what can happen. So just a reminder, you got lucky here, all right? So just hold on. There is some resistance in here. This whole area here, right, is very, very choppy, but it's moving up nicely, right? It's moving up nicely. And the group, the pound group, right? That whole group is moving, right? It's catching a bid, so it's moving, right? Here, right? Buy signal here, it's moving here. If it breaks that resistance up in here, we could see another leg up. It is high up there. Here is another one here, buy signal here, it's moving, right? Nice markdown phase, look at that, nice markdown phase. All right, so that should help you. This one right here, GBP PLN, buy signal right here, right? Decent markdown phase, right? High consolidation, right? Break of resistance, and it's moving up. So all this, Mary, should help help your position. Nothing there, right? Another one here. Pound Swiss, nothing here. Pound CAD, I think pound CAD is moving up nicely. Had a nice previous move, right? A buy signal here, and it's moving up here nicely. So all this will help your position. And then this is the one we send out today, all right? Pound Aussie, right? Nice markdown phase, buy signal here, all right? And it's really moving up nicely. Okay, so all this will help your ZAR. And I think the ZAR, let me see here. I think the ZAR group too is helping, right? So pound ZAR is what you're in. I think the Euro ZAR is moving up. And then the dollar ZAR buy signal here, it's starting to move up. All right. So I think you should get a lift from that. Okay. All right. Does that help, Mary?
Yes, yes, it does.
All right. But next time, close that trade. You get a sell signal, red candles. Yeah, close that trade. Otherwise, good job. Anyone else? Any other symbols? Before we take a look at Forex Dominator, I want to spend some time on Forex Dominator.
What about gold?
What about gold? All right, Lorenzo. Welcome, Lorenzo. Welcome, welcome. This is your first time here, right?
Yes, sir. It's my first time.
All right, welcome, welcome. All right, gold, let's see here. Keep coming. Gold, let's see here. We're gonna go, we'll go here to see gold. Gold is the top sector to trade. All right, gold and silver. So if we look here at gold, and we track the GLD, all right, it's at 34, so it's in a nice trend. You guys remember, right? If it's 20 and above, that's starting to trend. 30, it's solid in a trend. All right, so gold is the #1 sector. All right, we're not getting a lot of gold is on the basic materials, so we're not getting a lot of stocks through heat seeker on gold and basic materials. All right, but gold itself, nice markdown phase, buy signal here. Buy signal came in on the GLD at 161, and it's at 177. Okay, so Lorenzo, it's definitely moving higher. Let's see here, and then silver is.
How can I get this software?
What's that?
How can I get this software that you're using?
So these are proprietary systems that we have. You can go on the website, our website, Lorenzo, and just take a look at it. Do not order any systems, though. All right. Get with me, right? Get with me. But the website is monstertradingsystems.com. Okay, so you can go on there, take a look around. All right, and you can contact me directly on the website, or my phone number 407-733-0185. Okay, and I'll put that in the chat, and my email. Okay, all right, but it's extended, right? So it depends on what you want to do with gold. Okay, it is extended. I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys Forex Dominator, and we've been talking about bringing this system out. Now, we've had. Let's see here. So 1 second. We really want to get this system. There are 3 goals. Well, as far as the markets, we really want to, and it all depends on how the markets do, right? So the future systems, so US 30, right? NAS 100, right? The SP system. We really want to get those going. But another system we really want to get going is this system here, all right? Forex Dominator. All right, Lorenzo, it's in the chart here for you. All right. 1 second. That number is incorrect. It's 407 733 085. Okay. All right. So I want you guys to take a look at this here, and we will get this system going. All right. We've had this system before, Monster Scalper. All right. And Forex Dominator and Stock Boss has been our oldest running system. Okay. And traders just we've pushed it on a weekly time frame. We've got it on a daily time frame. And this is one of perhaps I'm disappointed, right? I am disappointed that as a company, we haven't put a lot of focus on this system. And quite honestly, it's because we don't have enough patience, right? I mean, it's hard to keep. It took years to get our traders to even trade on the 240. All right, time frame. It took a very, very long time. All right. Let's see here. So if you guys look here, it's called Monster Scalper. So when we launched this system, all right, over 10, 11 years ago, this was a scalping system, right? And we traded on a 15-minute time frame, a 5-minute time frame, and just horrible results. The results were horrible. All right. And kept the name because it was popular. And so there was some, when the markets did well, the system did well. But when the markets went into a consolidation, all right, and it was started as it was a bot, right? So it was automatically taking trades. All right. So we would get we'd get really bad drawdowns, right? Kind of like here, we would be trading this kind of stuff right here. And slowly moved it from to an hourly time frame. That was difficult, getting traders to wait longer. All right, as traders, we don't, we have that. Most traders have a type A personality, right? We're in a hurry, right? So that's the challenge with getting traders to just sit still. All right. You heard Mary, right? And Mary's not the only one. We all do it. All right. And we finally moved to a 240. It was very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. It took at least, I think it took about a good 3 years of forcing traders to stay on the 240. We still have difficulty getting traders to stay on the 240-minute time frame and trade. All right. We trade stocks on the daily time frame. That's better, right? We've done a much better job with that because stocks, move a lot slower. But these fast markets, traders want that excitement. All right. But the money, the real money, and this is why we do trend following as a company. We give out the books when you guys get the systems, trend following, right? Trend following mindset, because that's where the money is. And that's where you get your time back. All right. That's where you can sit back, right? Let the markets work for you. Let those trades pile up, right? Let those pips pile up, right? And just sit back. All right. And you know, we've got to do everything else right. Right. But that's been a challenge, right? That's been a challenge as a company to get traders to just sit still and not mess things up. So the goal here is we're going to bring this system back. All right. And we're going to put a focus on it. And we will every week, just like we look at Monster Scalper and the other systems, we're going to put some focus here. All right. When I look back at some of the trends that we've had in this system here, it's hundreds, thousands of pips. Okay, thousands of pips. All right, and it is perhaps the easiest system to trade. Right, it is perhaps the easiest system to trade because you don't have to watch it every single day. All right, every single day. All right, so just plan for as we move forward, we're going to spend some time and we'll be looking for opportunities, right? But just know that now what we've done in the past to kind of get away from, if we had all trending systems, traders wouldn't trade it. So we have to have a mix, right? So different markets, different systems, right? Different time frames so that, hey, you could trade Monster Scalper, right? On the 240, even some of our traders will trade it on the 60, right? So you could have it running here, have your pound, right? Your pound czar here, right? Mary running while you have another trade here, right? Another trade here, right? That you don't have to bother, right? It just runs and runs and runs. Okay, but just this trade right here, from right here to right here, that's about almost 500 pips. All right, that's a lot of pips. Now, do you have to stay in? You have to stay in a while? Yeah, but is it worth it? All right, to do that. So we are starting to get some signals, like here is New Zealand dollar, right? New Zealand dollar, right? A buy signal, right? It had a decent trade already. And with these, we can take a second trade in that markup phase, all right? Because they tend to run longer, all right? EUR USD. And I just want to show you guys, right? EUR USD, good markdown phase. First trade here, nice, right? Entry here, exit here, and now another buy signal. Buyers are holding right here, all right? We don't have any real resistance until up in this area in here, okay? Which is the next one. Euro New Zealand, right here. Oh, is that euro? No, that's not. That's the wrong one.
So David, I just wanted to ask the question because, and not to interject, but it's good to take into account the risk to reward ratio in some of these because, and I struggle with that. Like, you know, you just said Euro USD. I was looking at that this morning. I'm like, oh man, too late. And now when you said it, I looked at the risk to reward. I'm like, oh man, 106 to it was running at 106 and it went up. It has the potential to go to like 116. I'm like, okay, so you know, I think, you know, it's really good for us to pay attention to that, you know, the potential discount that we can get the buy signal at and the potential reward against the risk of loss, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you've mentioned that before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, and you know, I knew a trader when I traded, when I day traded, and I day traded for a firm downtown. Not long, not long. Um, that the gentleman, I'm not gonna say his name, but he was really good, really, really, really good, right? He was really good, and he day traded, and most of us we just day traded, right? But he would do something different, right? He would have a core position. So he would always have a core position. And he was a day trader, but he would always have a core position that he held. All right. So he had a big position, kind of like what I'm showing you guys here. He had a core position. So he had a big trade going, and then he would scalp. And then he would have those months where he would just have a he would just make a ton of money. So he would constantly make money. And this is what I learned a lot from him, right? He would constantly be day trading. So and when you day trade, and we have traders here that use a prop firm. You get capital, right? The industry has changed where just about anyone can do it now. Back then, not anyone could do it, right? You had to be a decent trader, and it's like really who you knew, right? But there were months where he had big months because his big, like the big trades like this, his core position that he might have held, for 3 months, 6 months, right? And just building and building and building, and they finally came in, and he would just, so his stress level, and there were times when he closed a trade for 60, 70, 80,000, loss, right? Just close it out, 80,000 gone, right? And for him, it was no big deal because he had some core positions working. Okay. So, and I think it would be great if we can kind of develop that. And that's why I want to bring the focus here, so that if you've got some core positions running, if you've got some big positions running, okay, and it might have been running for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, like something like here, right? And some traders will put it in a different account, so they might have a different account set up for just have a certain pair like New Zealand CAD, just trade that, and don't just leave it, let it go while you trade in something else. Okay. It really takes the stress right off you. Okay. And the bottom line is, when it closes, right, it might take 6 months, it might take 8 months, it might take a year to finally close it. But when it, and it teaches us patience, right? But when it finally closes, then you might get a really good, payday. And that's truly trend following. That is truly trend following. All right. And we had it on a weekly time frame. There's, our traders wouldn't touch it on a weekly time frame, but weekly time frames, they work really, really well, right? Really, really well. And we try to have systems, and we try to do things to help you guys, right? To help you, right? Everything here is to help you. These red candles, these signals, right? Get in, get out. Everything is to help you guys. And sometimes kind of help you guys too much, right? Sometimes we have to force you, right? Force you to do the right things. You guys know how I am, right? We do our one-on-one coaching, and you guys, I'm difficult at times because I want you guys to do the right thing, develop the right habits. And this is one thing I'm going to force you guys to think about and do, right? Yes, we can trade some smaller time frames. I really don't like anything below the 1 hour time frame because it's just too much noise, right? You're really just gambling. There are traders that can do it really, really, really well, but for most of us can't. Most of us can't, right? So minimum we'll do is 60 minutes, right? 4 hour time frame is really good, right? Or traders that do the stocks, stock boss, bullmaster, daily time frame works well, but we're going to introduce and reintroduce Forex dominator, right? And we're going to have traders in here, and we're going to profile traders that are staying in these big trades. I guarantee you, we're going to have big home runs, right? With this system here. Okay, so that is my objective. That is my job to bring focus here and get this. I look through these, and there's so many right here. That's about 700-800 pips, right? And that's not even a big move. All right. So, all right. Anything for me? That's all I've got here. We've gone over a bit. Anything else for me?
Thank you, Dave. Wisdom. Really good session.
You're welcome. It's all growth, right? It's all growth, right? It's all growth. The markets are dynamic. They're always changing, and we have to change too, right? We have to adapt. We have to change.
Retrain of the brain.
Yeah. Over and over, right? We had some new traders that came in. Those of you who have, and for everyone, right? I would recommend that you guys, we give this book. We give 3 books. There are 3 books that I highly recommend that you guys must read. All right. If some of them can be difficult, right? Our traders complain, "Hey, David, it's hard to read." Well, you can get the audio book. All right. There's 3 books. Trading in the Zone. And we talk about that book a lot, Trading in the Zone. And we give that book free to our traders that do our one-on-one coaching. But when any trader that gets our system, right? And Zaire knows that, Solomon, Dean, you know that, Mary, right? Joe, right? Trend Following by Michael Koval. You guys have to get that book. All right, you have to get that book. If you guys are serious about trading, you have to get that book. That book changed everything. That's why we're here today, because of that book, Trend Following.
It is a game changer. That book is a game changer.
Yeah. It is amazing. It changed my life, right?
The thing is, and you read it once, but you got to read it more than once. You just, I mean, you'll get the gist. After the second reading, you start writing down things. It's like an aha moment.
Yeah. All right. And we've had traders that have come through here that have been trading for a while, never had access to that book. Right. And when they get that book, it's like it's everything is clear. Everything makes sense. All right. And it has to make sense. All right. I've been preachy this week, but we have to do that, right? It's a new year. It's a new year. We got to get to work, right? We got to get to work. So, Trend Following by Michael Koval, and the next one after that is Trend Following Mindset All right. Trend following mindset. If you have windshield time, if you're driving, right? Get the audio book, put that, right? If you working out at the gym, right? Listen to that stuff. You guys are here for a reason. You're here because you want to learn this stuff, but I can only give you guys so much, right? These trend followers, they're the best. And guess what? You guys are lucky that you guys are here and you're getting this information because it's not out there. It's out there, but no one, right? No one talks about them, right? These are trend followers, traders that use the same type of systems and processes that you guys have access to, right? And those traders are some of the best ever, right? And the one thing that they do, two things that they do, that we do, they use trading systems like we do, right? And they follow trends. All right. So those individuals, right, should be your mentors, right? Those are your mentors. Those are traders that have, right? Ed Sakota, John Henry, right? Right. If you guys are coming here, you're listening to this stuff, get those books, right? Read them, learn from those traders because it's what we do. It's what we do every day. Okay. And so you give you more clarity, understand why we do what we do, why we use the systems, right? And why we stick to the systems every single time, all the time. Okay. All right. All right. No more talking. I will see you guys tomorrow for stocks, options, and ETFs. All right. And hopefully we'll get a bounce in this market. All right. All right, guys.
Thank you, David.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night, everyone.
Good night.